Right. And here we are. We are now into part 6 of our adventure. And as you can see, our party just went through and decimated a bunch of guys sitting around in room number 10, right? And it was called the Great Hall. And they do have now a map that's going to go to the Wizard Tower, which is the next part of this journey. I don't think I'll record it because, this is more, I guess I'm kind of doing this to show people how to do this. I've kind of gotten carried away. Maybe should have stopped a while ago. I only needed part one to show people how I would do it on Roll20, and I'm still doing it. I don't need to record it. It's just more or less for me, but yeah, having fun. So you can be a part of it. Let's see what happens here. So these guys are now going to start bridging out a little bit. I wonder if anybody's actually watching. So here's Itaz. He's got the light source, Timmons, and of course we come to another door. Timmons is going to check that door out and make sure that one's not trapped, because the other one that he was messing with was trapped. These are things that thieves are responsible for. So let's do your thieving ability, okay, Mr. Timmons. You know what your job is. He's going to hit his thief ability at a 1 and 2. Oh, okay. Let's see if there's anything wrong with that door. So that door obviously has nothing wrong with it, because we were just looking at that door to go into the Great Hall. I didn't say anything about the door having a problem. So, so he's fine. So he's going to pop open the door very quickly and turn around and look into the hallway. He's going to now make his official stealth check. So he's going to look up and down the hallway, making sure he's not noticed, and he's going to do, how would you say, a little bit of investigative work before we take our party down the hall, clinking and clanking and making a sense. Now, I remember distinctly that the Ellis is in boots of Elvenkind, doesn't make a noise when she walks, right? But let's see his stealthing ability. He is super stealthy, right? So I'm going to have him run up to the hallway, and he is going to listen into door number 11. So he's going to listen really, really carefully. And anything he rolls a 1 or something, a 1 or 2, I'm going to see whether or not he gets any kind of information that would be audible, right? So first one, nope, he doesn't hear anything worthwhile. So he comes down to room number 12. He's going to take a listen. Does he hear anything that maybe could be used to determine whether or not something's going on? Nope, he doesn't hear anything on that door either. So he's going to come all the way down. Here's the portal. Oh no, watch, it's probably got a trap or something drops in there. So he kind of sees this thing goes on all the way down the hallway. I have a bad feeling he goes into 15. Let's see if something falls on him and he gets stuck. So this will be funny if it does. I'll teach him for running around on his own. Okay, ready? Here we go. Down here is the close. Opens our reveal. Old parts have been up against what's wrong. The armadillo like creature. Oh, okay. So he's gonna come upon this thing. So we need to do a stealth check to see whether or not it's yeah, we got to see whether or not he this thing notices him. And he is really not that bright, so he's probably never seen anything like this in his life. So we're not going to metagame this thing. So stealth-wise, nope, it does not notice him. And let's do an intelligence check. He's got 12, right? So if he rolls under, he's going to have some kind of inkling that this is a monster. Seeing it chew on metal, right? He's never seen it before in his life. He's clueless. He's like, what is going on? And maybe he thinks it's just chewing on it for fun, right? But he's not going to engage this thing on his own, because that would be perfectly stupid, right? And he's not stupid. What? So he has enough to report back. He's going to come back to the actual crowd and say, hey, look, this is what I found, all right? So he comes back and he tells everybody, he says, look, I checked the 2 doors. I didn't hear anything. He says, but at the end of the hall, there's a vertical that's been lifted up, and there's a monster down there chewing on a shield, right? And then Itaz says, wait, chewing on a shield? It was chewing on some piece of metal. So Itaz is going to make her intelligence check based on those descriptions, because she's not stupid, she's actually really smart. And so we're going to do an intelligence check from Itaz upon hearing that. Okay, so if you're saying it's chewing on us, it's probably definitely something that's going to eat armor, so I don't know if we should go down and mess with that thing. So let's do a count. Everything we have is metal except for me and my staff. And they said, well, if it doesn't pose any risk, let's just go look at the other 2 things. It's just down there chopping away. It's not going to bother us. So they kind of came up with a game plan that they're going to go and let's check the top door first. So Timmons comes back out. We're going to come back out into the hallway. Itaz is bringing the light source. She's here. All right. Stanwyck is going to stand guard. Ellis, you're going to come down here. You're going to be between Itaz and anything that might come out of room 12 or something like that. At this point, Timmons is going to thief away. He's going to try to pop open that door because, yeah, now we decide we're going to go into room 11. So he's got to thief it. Okay, come on, Mr. Thiefy. So Mr. Timmons is going to roll a big, fat, juicy 2. He's going to pop that lock very easily and try to enter into the room. Let's see what's in that room. 11. Let's see what he finds in room 11. So he's going to take a look. And notice. Reflecting pool. Natural cold. Fills the room in spite of many large candles. He's floating stuck in a massive pool. Still black water. The pool itself is reminiscent of the cloudless midnight sky. Creepy. All right, let's take a look at this for a second. So that's the reflecting pool. I got you. All right. So let's move this up a little bit. Interesting. So Tim's is going to open this door and take a peek in, and he's seeing this reflecting pool. Is anything there to hurt him? All right. Magical springs is two-way communication between Wererats and their wizard master. Nice. As long as the candles remain lit, anyone who approaches it immediately sees the image of a wizard's laboratory in the still waters. If any of the candles are blown out, the image characters drinking the pool must be assuming they were immediately beginning to go insane. Interesting. All right. The details in this here are left to the referee, which means me. The characters full enough to just touch or immerse themselves in the water, they immediately suck the depths and reappear in them. That's not lost forever. Oh, jeez. No one's that dumb, I hope. The characters gaze in the pool for one turn. They see a row figure, face hidden in the shower, approaching the pool, and across this magical divide at them. Immediately begins a magical attack, which ends the pool's communicative abilities. All right, so this is going to be really hard to do because obviously I know a lot. So Tim's is going to come in. He's going to start inspecting it. He sees the candles lit on the outside. Stanwyck's going to come in and start checking this thing out too. He thinks that's strange. Itaz comes in. Itaz obviously is the wizard, and I think that she's going to take a roll. This magic's a little beyond her, so she's going to get a +5 to her roll for her intelligence things. So I don't know as if she's going to. So she has a disadvantage on her check to understand. Of course, you're going to see like a laboratory and all these things going on. She gets a +5 on this thing, and hopefully she's under. She's still under. All right. So she looks and she kind of says, "Oh my God, it looks like my old laboratory for a wizard, because when I went to I was at that one school, we had ones like that. That's so weird." They're kind of looking at it and they're kind of like, "Oh, wow." And then all of a sudden, as they're steering, they see someone walking back and forth. I am going to 50-50 this. All right. So 50-50 is very straightforward. 50 says they're just going to get the hell out of here because they don't want to be seen. Okay. And 50 means they're going to stay and still watch to find out what's going on, right? So 1, 2, 3, they stay. 4, 5, 6, they get the hell out of there. 1, 2, 3, they're staying. So they're going to watch the wizard, right? So he's walking around, and then the wizards start doing an incantation. They're seeing this guy, right? So they're watching what's going on, and all of a sudden, the water starts to get muddled up, and it clears up, and they can't see anything. And so at this point in time, they're kind of like, "Wow, that's some heavy-duty magic." So, then they start having a discussion. I think there's more than meets the eye. I mean, think about this for a second. We just went down to a well. There's all these rooms here. And on top of it, there was something. We're actually looking into a different room, but it's gone now. So they're all kind of sitting around. I said, but whoever it is actually knows we're there now. So they see us. Kind of a plot changer. And so at this point, they're going to start backing back out. They're going to think, oh, my God, this is not the best thing, right? But what are you going to do? So we're going to go all in our orders like we normally do. They're going to come up to room 12. Timmons, once again, is going to do what he does best. He's going to thief this one up and try to open this door without being seen, without being noticed. So he's going to do a thief check. Boom. Yes. All right, Timmons gets down there, starts hunking down, messing with the lock. He pops it open and slowly opens the door and sees what he's going to see in room number 12. Room 12 is a hall of the rock god. The walls of this large stone-walled room are painted in blood and terrible. Oh, great. Giant rats consuming live humans are depicted in a massive scale. Some being eaten whole. A giant bonfire painted in a sickening red shows human-rat hybrid creatures dancing around a fire fueled by burning corpses. 2 red-headed humans dressed in black shrouds are standing on the far side of the room, flanking the western exits. The western side. They cold, wickedly curved braids with, I guess they have in their hand and approach it menacingly towards you. So they're going to go unholy god of the Wererats and part of the record. Going to go. Any Wererats gets a +1 damage and saving throws. Okay, let's see what's going to happen here. Are immune to fear and will fight into slain. So there's no morale check. At the sounds of combat are heard, the Rat King in 13. Thorn appears to be battle and make use of treachery he carries. All right, so let's make a go of this. All right, we got a 13 and a 14. Let's do this. All right, so let's grab a 1 and a 2. Here at the western side. Well, I guess western is this side. Must be. All right, 2. So we have a 13 and a 14. So this is 1, 13. So we're going to say +9. Boom. He's at 13, and this guy's at 14. I don't want that. I'll go back. He'll be +10. +10. Boom. Okay, he's at 14. He's at 13. All right. So these two guys in here are doing their thing. Obviously, they see Timmons, and they're going to turn. They're going to come towards him. We're just going to go straight to the initiative, and let's see what happens. Okay, so first off, for the initiative round, we're going to roll for the adventurers. They get 1. That stinks. They're going to get docked. Wow, they just barely beat them, but that's fun. The monsters are going to go first. They're both going to go on Timmons because he is actually in a doorway before these other guys get here to do their number, right? So Timmons is in for a cut 'em up. This will be kind of crappy, but let's have some fun with this. So they both approach Timmons. They got blades out, and they're going to go for burrow cutting him. So he gets a +2. So I'm going to roll him like they're a second hit dice monster, right? 1, 2. Oh, lucky him. They both miss. All right, so they come in there. Timmons is dodging, jumping back and forth, getting low beneath their blades, and then obviously he's going to spring over to the side. Stamrock's going to come running in. These two guys are going to face up. Right? Oh, wow, look at this. And Itaz is here just about ready to go, and so is Ellis. Ellis is closing up the rear. She's going to protect the backside. So Timmons, he is going to make a go at number 1. Okay, so he's going to take out his sword, and he is going to make a good old-fashioned stabby on him, and he hit. And whoa, Mr. Timmons, you are not in the mood to be messed with. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. I'm glad you're here today. So it's going to be -5 on that guy. So -5. He takes him down to a whole big 8, right? Stanwyck, of course, got the special sword. He's got it. So he's going to start using that. He swings with all his might. Of course, going to take a check on him. And then shabing. Oh, nice. So he cleaves really hard and does massive amounts of damage. These guys will fight until they're terminated, right? Itaz, looking at what's happening, she is going to, I don't know, would she come up and engage these things? I don't know. Let's do a little check, I guess, to see whether or not she would jump in on that fight. I don't think so, but let's try it anyways. I'd say 1, 2, 3, yes. 4, 5, 6, no. Yeah, she's going to come in. Why not? She wants a little bit of glory. She's going to come in. So does she hit on 1 or she hit on 2? Okay, 1, 2, 3 is 1, and 1, 2, 3 is 2. So 1, 2, 3 is 1. And she's going to go on number 2. So she's going to take her staff. She's going to try to beat the living crap out of number 2. So here you go. So Itaz hauls up. Ah, no, she's not. Let's chuck the darts. This is what she's good at. What am I saying, right? She's going to hit 3 of these silver darts, right? Remember, she picks them all up. I say this blanketly every time she gets done. So she's going to, last time she used them, she's going to go ahead and 3 hits. Ready? 1. So it's going to do 2 hit points of damage on number 2. So let's see what we got here. Number 2. Ooh, man. -2. Okay, good. Wrong -2. So he's down now. Nice. Okay. And so now we're coming back into the initial turn, and these guys are going to do their slaughter. So number 1's going to strike. Still attacking Mr. Timmons. So he's attacking. Oh, Timmons been stabified. Oh, Timmons. I get excited. Oh, you got a lot of hit points, but I don't know. He got hit. I hate that. It's depressing. And number 2, clearly still on Stanwyck. So Stanwyck's going to get stabbed, in this case by the second Wererat, and he's going to go, it's a miss. Now we're back up to the top of the order for our adventuring party. Timmons is going to go first. Timmons is pretty upset about getting stabbed just now, so he's going to take a... Oh, max damage. Timmons just takes and just janks him as hard as he can because he just got nicked by this Joker. And of course, this guy doesn't have that many hit points. Oh, wait a minute. 8. Yeah, I guess short sword is only going to give him how much? Come on, where are you? Timmons, your short sword does 1d6. He's going to do 6 hit points with the damage. So good for you, Mr. Timmons. So I'm going to put a -6 on this thing. Yeah, he got him good that time, right? So then it's now going to be Stanwyck's turn in order. Stanwyck turns around and he will take his sword that he is really enjoying because he does extra stuff to these. Where 14? I think 14 is going to get them. That's going to do it, right? So 13. I think they should have been getting close, but not enough that it would matter. Yeah, because they're 30 hit dice. Screw that up. But hey, get him next time, right? So I just noticed that looking at that sheet. But he is going to take number 2 completely out. You're gone. You're fried. You're out of here, right? Okay, boom. So at that point, Itaz is up. Ellis is still guarding the hall. She's not going to make a move on this thing. Itaz, where are you? Itaz, yeah, you're going to spin. Let's chuck a couple darts at this Joker because obviously this is a mess and sure don't trust these things. So 3 on them. 3 on this guy. 1, 2. Well, nope. That's going to be a miss. Okay. And now we have back to the top of order. It's one's got to make a choice. So you're going to go for the. It's 1, 2, 3. It's Timmons. 4, 5, 6. It's going to be on Itaz because obviously we have a little split thing. 1, 2, 3. Timmons. 3. It's on Timmons. So that monster is going to get a little bonus now because I've been screwing up the thing. It's a 3 hit dice monster. He gets a +1 to his attack. Timmons got hit. All right. That's fine. That's fine. We knew this was going to happen. That's part of the game, right? He's down. He got cleaved really hard in the arm. It took out a chunk of flesh. It's like blood everywhere. It's kind of zipped out, right? And that's just enough to anger Timmons immensely. So he does not like being hit, especially by a nasty Wererat. So he is going to swipe his hard, and he is going to miss because that's how life runs. When you're working in rage, it's doing just fury of blows. You're not really paying attention. Stanwyck, on the other hand, he's going to come in and make his slaughtering call on this thing. So he's going to try to cleave right in the middle. There's 3 of us. So they got a lot of things going on. So at this point, because this one attacked Timmons, these 2 are going to get somewhat of an advantage, a +2 on their hits. Okay, I don't really know if Stanwyck's going to need it because he has a +6 because of the sword and his strength. So a +2 on top. It is going to definitely hit him because that'll be a 17, and this guy will be taken out of commission. Wow, that's some stressful fighting right there. So at this point, they're looking at the room layout. This is and I think it said something about room 13. I don't know. They were kind of going about this thing. Not too many things going on. Let's see. Chambers empty for the thrones, mostly human bones. Oh, great terrible world, easily 7 feet in height, clutching a pitted long sword. He says as you approach, his red eyes twinkle and his whiskers twitch in anticipation. This is going to be fun, right? So was that door closed? It is closed. So Timmons, come over here. The assumption is that these doors are all kind of where they are, right? We're kind of coming in here, and clearly this is going to be somewhat a mess. So Timmons, if he doesn't open this door, we're just going to have to shove it open. Of course, that's going to give away any shape or form of chance of surprise. That is not going to happen. So his thieving ability tells us he does not get that door open. So they're definitely going to have to just shove this thing open, right? It should not be too hard for, how would you say, Stanwyck. Stanwyck's going to give this a shove. Of course, he's going to have a sword out and by his side when he goes to do it. So he's going to give this door a shove, and of course, it's going to creak open a little bit when he's doing the shove, and they're going to sit back over here, and they're going to see this one big dude right here. I can't get that thing. Oh, it's in this thing. Okay, here we go. He's sitting on a throne made of human skulls and everything, glancing over at them as they enter the room. Of course, he's sitting there looking at them. They all come in to do their bidding, right? And they all see this whole entire thing. It looks like a mess in here. All right, so at this point, looking at him being special 7 feet tall, Itaz is going to start running that sleep spell. Don't trust this, right? Everyone else, we're going to take a roll for hit dice 3. Okay, nice. This will be interesting, right? All right, if he goes invisible, it's going to suck. So, yeah, I think if he saw this many people, the first thing he's do is chuck down that, you know, take that down to kind of increase his armor class. It's going to give a +4 his armor class. So, right off the bat, we are going to roll for the initiative. And this is going to really tell us what's going to happen here. For the adventure, you stink. Oh, but they win. All ties go to the party. Yeah. All right. So everybody's readied up, and we're going to start running for it. All right. So immediately, Timmons is going to run in and try to engage him from the side. Right. Stan was taking him head on. Ellis, you're going to. I guess it's going to run this way. Okay, we're just going to bunch up on one side. That's what we hear. And then, of course, Ellis is coming from the other side. Itaz is going to be back running a spell because they don't want to deal with this guy. He's 7 foot tall. Wererat sitting on a throne? Nah, I don't think so, right? So first off is going to be Timmons. Like, this is where you fog a war. No matter what happens, all these things are going to happen just as we said, right? So Timmons is going to make his strike. He's running up with the short sword, takes a swing. Boom! Max damage. 6 hit points with the loss. Wow. Good on you, big guy. All right, so let's put up hit points on this thing. Building up with that +16. +16, enter. Oh, he just did max damage, which is going to be 6, so it's -6. So the Wererat's, Timmons goes over and just shanks him right up the side, obviously getting somewhat of a advantage. He's small, he's stealthy, and so the guy's sitting on a throne, so he kind of takes the edge of his blade sword, comes right up under his rib cage, and the rat guy did not, I mean, he was cocky. He's just sitting on that throne acting like he's something, winkling his nose. Not a good idea. Timmons is just he's a little wee man of rage if you get him going just badly, right? So the next thing is Stanwyck. Stanwyck, of course, he's going to grab his beautiful longsword for that fights against lycanthropy. Takes a swing. Cha-ching! Man! All right. So Stanwyck is going to do his -7 on that thing. Yeah, this guy underestimated the power of the force here. Itaz, like I said, I already said that she's running a sleep spell, so she's going to roll a sleep spell. Can't back out of it now. I didn't know how big this monster was, but we're going to run it. So the sleep spell does 1d6 worth of 3 to 4 hit dice monster. So automatically this thing's going to be sleeped, right? And I think Ellis is going to, as it's going down, maybe Ellis is going to take a pop and kill it. So Ellis, she's got a silver mace. Let's nail this thing. Is that going to hit this guy? Yes. Yes, I believe so. Oh my God, Ellis, the kill is for you. So Ellis turns around, and obviously the thing starts to fall asleep because Itaz does its magic. And then Ellis comes up with the mace and pops it like a pumpkin, takes out this nasty rat-headed monstrosity, right? And the thing falls to the ground, all right? So they're going to go and obviously, you know, give each other high fives, dance around backwards. I don't know what they're going to do because this is not what they sort of expected to do. But there again, this is kind of where we are with this. Immediately, they're going to start like kind of going through things to see what they can pick up. There's a longsword +1. Nice. A ring of protection +1, pipes of the sewer, and potion of invisibility. Because it really comes down to who does what first in this game. So the initiative was won by the party, and they didn't get to drink that invisibility potion. So invisibility potion, I'm going to go back and put this in after we get done here. And add this up. I might do one more room before we close out on this section of the adventure, right? Because it seems like we're so close in. I got to put all this back in their character sheet. So let's go back and let's take a look what's going on. They are, I got to move around a little bit. Oh my God, this is kind of crazy. There's a room back here. Obviously, they wouldn't feel secure to kind of root through this stuff. I'm going to come back and look at it in 1 second. The advantage is that I actually have, I see the map, so I know there's one more room. Right? Obviously, you wouldn't do this if you're at a party, but let's go for it anyways. So, good old Mr. Timmons, he is going to fiddly-did with that little lock. Boom. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if there's anything that's really spectacular that needs that thing to be pushed open. It is the King's Chamber. So the floor has been set. The chamber, large bed is visited. So that door, it's actually probably going to be open because it just goes to the throne room. Why would it be locked? And so they push it open. They see all this neat stuff, right? Obviously, it has fine lemons, but it's flea infested. Oh, great. I just got fumigate. His valuables are a trapped oak chest, and he took to poison cats. Oh my God, this is so brutal. Immediately choked to death. Oh, okay. This is where everybody dies. Okay, Timmons, get your butt in here. Okay, you gotta let's see what happens. Let's leave. I'm gonna leave someone out here. Ellis is gonna stay out here, of course, because she's guarding the rear. Come here, take a look at this thing. There's a treasure chest. Oh God, Timmons. Oh yeah, I just told party kill. He's gonna kill everybody with the poison chest. All right, you're gonna take this look at this thing. Please, please, Timmons, please. I'm begging you, please. One or two. Find the trap, disarm it, open it. One or two. Yes, Timmons did it. He opened. Oh, he sees the trap, disarms it. No poisonous gas. God, that was really kind of crazy because everybody doing saving throws. God, it's like a 25% chance of passing those things. God, it would have been rough. Anyways, yeah, he's like, everyone sit there in that. And then Stamwick's patting him on the back. Oh, I'm so glad you're in this party. We would all die. And so they find the whole loot. Oh my God, that was kind of crazy. I can't believe that. God, if anyone was talking about OSR, it's just like, boom, you're dead. You're choked to death. Obviously, you got a saving throw, but choked to death. That's a heck of a bad way to go. And even I just put Ellis in the hallway so maybe she can, like, I don't know what she was going to do, run and get help. They all die. She's got to close the door. Hi, come back. My whole party was dead. So right now, I got to go ahead and log all this stuff in. We're at the 28-minute mark. Thank you for listening. Hopefully you find this interesting. It's Spahn did a fantastic job on this little module. It's so much fun. I can't wait to run it with one of my groups. Hopefully you don't watch my video ahead of time so they don't know where everything is. But this is exciting and sort of fun. They might start heading back right now because of the sheer fact that they got what they came for, but we'll see what happens. All right. With that, thank you for listening.